Because in the UK, Maria, we've been talking about it in our many sort of business brainstorming, that there is this real push. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's this real push in the UK for growing your own food. We have TV programs, grow your own food, grow it in a box. Even if you live in a flat or an apartment, you can grow your own food. It's a big push. It's having sovereignty over your land. Is that the same thinking in the Caribbean, or do you have to do a lot more education do you have to prime people into getting them thinking about that?
It's a very, very good question. I do want to mention that basically the threshold has been breached in terms of roughly 10 years ago. There's a huge portion of the global population that have negative perceptions on hydroponics specifically. Everyone has positive opinions on farming, but hydroponics was viewed as not natural. And we put in a lot of work educating people on the fact that it is natural. I mean, it's nature occurring. It happens in nature, and there's nothing wrong with it. You don't need to be afraid of it. It results in more nutritious and cleaner food than some soils. And it's a lot easier to, as you're saying, integrate into buildings. Mm-hmm. Both commercial and residential. So basically that public acceptance, including in the Caribbean, it's already happened, allows for people like Seth and us to get going here without any push. There's no more resistance to that. People are convinced, as they should be, it's logical.
Mm. So the whole premise of the Expertise Library, because we're looking at 4 themes, aren't we, Maria? We're looking at change, adapt, innovate and prosper. So just to recap, what do you think are the change and adapt? If you could say, how can people adapt, make the first steps if they wanted to incorporate your technology, or Seth, look at, converting part of their property to incorporate farming, or just producing their own produce for their families. What's the first steps they could take to change and adapt what they're doing?
Yeah, well, I think, as Joseph had said, just taking a little weight off your shopping bill makes a huge difference. So just starting small, to me, is a good starting point. Obviously, on a bigger scale, we do need the technology to be brought in to help our whole agricultural system. In Barbados, the population is approximately 300,000, but the visitors are normally over 1 million, so it's 4 to 5 times the population. And because of that, we need to cater for a wider diversity that the tourists want to eat as well. So there's obviously the personal side and the bigger agricultural market side that both need to be looked at.
And you can add, sorry, Natasha, I was just going to add to Seth's comments, not just, the stayover visits and the population there, but Barbados has a fairly significant cruise industry as well. Those cruise ships are loading up their fresh produce in Miami, and by the time they get out 4 or 5 days, they're starting to wilt. So So cruise ship resupply is another opportunity for us, right? When we can create and grow enough food, we have that type of foreign exchange opportunity. Where I get really excited about all this is in the agro-processing industry, right? We all know and have friends and family that have created wonderful products, right? Tamarind chutneys and pepper sauces and jerk sauces, you know, wonderfully crafted products in all of the different islands. But they remain craft industries because of their access to the raw ingredients to make those products, right? So they can only jar and complete and produce enough, the amount of product that can be supplied by the raw ingredients on the island. Once those raw ingredients are done or the season over and they can get no more tomatoes or peppers or what have you, then their business is shut down. Where we step in is that we can grow every day and we can grow exactly what they need, right? And very, multiple crop categories. I mean, I challenge JC all the time about, hey, can we grow this? Can we grow that? And he's just, his answer is this: theoretically, we can grow anything in a greenhouse, right? It becomes a commercial question at that point. But I have been approached by major breweries in the Caribbean who are importing their ingredients to make beer here, which they label as a Trini beer or a Jamaican beer. Yeah. We've seen Red Stripe in Jamaica start using cassava as an ingredient to start making beer. They're using local product. But we can expand that significantly. And I'll give you one brief example. Working with a company in Jamaica who are developing a series of eye towel products. Okay, so these are unique products, all 100% organic, that are produced specifically for the Rastafarian culture. Now, that members of that culture travel around the world, but they can't access those products in a lot of places they travel to. So they're looking to actually produce the products in Jamaica and export them to the countries where where that demand is. And we designed a greenhouse and a production plan for all of the ingredients that they need for all of their products. And as they grow and expand, we literally just keep growing the farm and expanding the farm. So the whole agro-processing opportunity in the Caribbean, I think this is a huge opportunity that our farming players that are out there now.
Sorry, Raf, could you just repeat that bit? Because you just froze up. Could you just repeat the last 10 seconds of what you said?
That's just frozen, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to summarize that, there are so many opportunities to support new business in the Caribbean, agro-processing businesses. Welcome. And all it takes really is an increased production of raw ingredients to do that. Customized raw ingredients for, anybody that's got an idea about a product or an existing product where we can grow and supply those businesses. That to me is a very exciting opportunity. The other pressure that's happening in the Caribbean right now across all islands is foreign exchange. When the region as a whole has to spend $6 billion in, they're ordering primarily from the U.S. market. That means $6 billion of U.S. money is leaving the region every year to buy food, right? Now we buy electronics, we buy cars, we buy everything else, but we need to create more opportunities for business in the region to bring in foreign exchange, not just spend it, right? So again, agro-processing, first level processing where we're literally taking berry fruits and packaging them and flash freezing them and selling them for export. There are just so many opportunities when you have access to more food, raw ingredients in the food production side.